Hello, welcome to another review here on my channel. Today we're going to look at the game of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch. The first Nintendo Switch review, yes indeed. And this game has been in development for a long time essentially. It was in development under the entire Wii U lifespan. It was initially planned to only be released on Wii U, but it were delayed, and because the Wii U failed, I think they wanted to move the production or development over to the Nintendo Switch as well. So they released it on the Switch and the Wii U. I played the Switch one because why not? New console. And yeah. And this is essentially the first game in the Legend of Zelda series that I know of that is open world. It's an open world RPG because you can change your gear for the first time regularly, and yeah. But enough talking, let's just jump right into it. 100 years into the future, you see Link waking up from, you can call health regenerating machine essentially that have kept him alive for 100 years, trying to heal his wounds after a big fight that happened 100 years ago. He finds the Sheikah plate, which essentially is a plate that is kind of like a key, you can probably say, that got a lot of powers that you essentially use later on in this game. He walks out of the cave thing, or temple you can also call it, and essentially see the Hyrule Castle, which is surrounded by an aura of Ganon. Canon, or what that is called, I can't remember. Calamity Ganon it is called, yes, the enemy. The task essentially throughout the game is to go for divine beasts, trying to save them, get them back get power over them again from Calamity Ganon, trying to figure out what happened 100 years ago, what happened to Zelda, what happened to the heroes that have helped them in the fight against Calamity Ganon, and in the end fight Ganon. And that is essentially the simple synopsis of this game. Yes, it's the same synopsis for the majority of the big console Zelda games, but this one, with the twist of it being open world, gives more of a choice what you want to do, and also make it more interesting to follow the storyline, because every part of the world have a different storyline. Essentially, you had the Gorons, you have the what they call Zoras. They are 4 different species that we talk to, and each of them have different areas, different cultures. It is just interesting to follow the storyline in each of these regions, and of course the overall storyline, which is essentially to try figuring out what happened 100 years ago, trying to remember everything, and yeah, it's just interesting and I really like it. For the first time, in the Legend of Zelda series, Breath of the Wild are actually open world, which essentially makes it possible to move around in the world freely, and you can choose the path you want to go. And if you really want to finish the game just in the first hour, you can do that as well. You can just go to the castle, kill Ganon with the little things you have on you. I don't know how well it would go for me, but because I suck. But anyway, otherwise you can follow the storyline, free the divine beasts, and essentially get help with the final boss. And yeah, the world is interesting, it is big, and As I said in the previous section, it is different cultures, different surroundings, environments. You can see a desert, you can see a freezing mountain, you can see a volcano. It is different and vibrant in different colors and everything. It is a great world to be in. The characters in this game is similar to the previous games. You have the main characters, which is Link. This is the character you play. This is mute, you can probably say. He doesn't talk, essentially. And then we have all the different other characters, which is Ganon, the villain, which essentially is the main villain in majority of the games as well. We have Zelda, which is throughout the game a little bit of a helper, you can probably say. Maybe not that big of a helper, but she is helping you sometimes in this game. And we also have the Gorons, Soras, the other different named races. I can't remember. Sorry for that, but each of these nations have a different hero, which is essentially one of the heroes that helped you in the fight against Ganon. And yeah, there's many different characters which have colorful personalities, really interesting characters. But one thing that actually adds a little bit more to the characters is that they have voice acting for the first time in the Zelda series, which makes these characters stand out a little bit more. But of course, sometimes it is a little bit awkward with the voice acting, but overall it is a decently acted characters and really interesting as well. The gameplay is essentially your regularly Zelda game, and it is merged, combined with an RPG elements as well. Which essentially is you change gear and do main quests, side quests, etc. For most of the time you fight villains, bad guys and monsters with different weapons that you pick up, which have essentially, they can break depending on which material they are. They can break more easily or harder depending on how well these weapons actually are. You also have shields that have the same criteria and bows. The side quests can range from just catching fetch quests to doing some hunting for big open world bosses essentially. And the main quests are, as previously mentioned, one of them being freeing the divine beast. So it's really interesting gameplay, and it is, you could say, a regular RPG game essentially. It doesn't differentiate it that much from the previous titles and the other RPGs because it borrows elements here and there, and sometimes it makes it better, sometimes it is just similar to different other games, sometimes it is a little bit worse, but overall it is it have decent gameplay overall. The enemies for the most part are similar throughout the game. They doesn't differentiate that much, which is a little bit sad, but at the same time I can understand a little bit because it is the first time they make an open world game, so I can give them a little bit of a pass there, but overall it is somewhat similar enemies throughout the game, so a little bit disappointing, but at the same time I can understand it. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is an excellent, wonderfully looking, epic, fun game. It is overall an amazing experience, and on the Switch it's really fun to play. Some hiccups is that the voice acting are a little bit awkward sometimes, and overall the mechanics that they use isn't that amazing sometimes, and just feels a little bit of a downgrade from previous games. But overall it is an epic game, and the final verdict for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild are going to be a 9.7 out of 10. That's all for today, folks. Hope it's next time. Bye.